Okay, we are ready to decorate our whistles. You must have a working whistle to decorate. Has to work. Okay, so we need to be careful about where the air goes in and where the air comes out when we're making our whistle. I'm going to make this the underneath side of my unicorn. And you need to have your drawing on your desk for when you're working so that when I come by, I can see what your concept is and I can help you make that into reality. If you don't have your drawing on your desk, I will not help you. Okay, so I'm going to make this one into my unicorn, and I'm going to start with the eyes, and the eyes are all going to be done the same way. This is how you're going to do your eyes. You're going to make little balls of clay for the eyes, and you can either make them the same size or you can make them different sizes. If you make them different sizes, it's going to look completely crazy, and I'm fine with that. So I'm going to start, I want mine the same on this one. I'm going to score where the eyes go, and always think about distinguishing characteristics. On a horse, the eyes are on the side. They're not like really close together in the middle. They're more on the side of the face. And a unicorn, of course, is a horse with a horn. So even on these little bitty pieces, you have to score and slip. So I'm going to score it. I have my slip on. Score it just a little bit. Attach it. Then I'm going to make an eyelid. Now remember, everybody has to make your eyes this way. I'm requiring that you make your eyes this way. So you start with 2 balls of clay, and then you make your eyelid, which is just a pancake, about the same size. You could go a little bigger if you wanted to. And I need to score around the eye where I'm going to put on my eyelid. And when you put your eyelids on, don't smooth them out. Do not smooth out your eyelids. Lay it on, and you can, it's up to you which direction you want it to be, but what you don't want to do is make that eyelid smooth right into the eye. You don't want that. Now, as I look at that, I feel like this needs a little bit more clay back here because of the horse. The horse's eye kind of goes straight back into its head. It doesn't really stop there, so I'm going to put a little bit more slip on. I'm just going to smooth on a little bit of clay there and get that eye in place because that's the horse. Oh, I don't like the way that looks. Carefully smooth that in without smoothing in the eyelid. It's kind of a bulging eye, but I'm okay with that. Then the final step on the eyeball is to make a hole for the iris. Oh. So I'm going to do it onto my other side. I'm going to make a slightly bigger piece of clay on the other side. See if that takes care of that problem I was having. Yep, for the horse, I'm not going to cut that in half. I'm going to leave it like that. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. Score it. Use this end when you're scoring. And don't be shallow. Don't make your score marks really shallow because that just won't do you any good. Apply my slip. The slip I'm using today it's pretty thick. It'll work though. It should be a little bit thinner than that, but it'll work. Okay, and then the hole for the eye. And then I'm going to try it, make sure that I haven't messed it up. Okay, it works fine. So for my ears, I'm going to make 2 little triangles, and on anything, eyes, ears, anything you're making multiples of, you need to make the multiples before you attach them, because if you don't have them the same size, then you're going to have a problem. So start with 2 balls of clay the same size, and then for the ears, make your little triangles. Flatten it out, pinch it on one side, flatten it on the third side, pinch it on 2 sides. Think about distinguishing characteristics of your animal. Do they have pointy ears? Do they have round ears? Are they big ears? Are they little ears? And okay, I have to tell you, it's not really looking very horse-like to me right now. First of all, the whistle should have been longer, but I'm okay with that. In fact, if my horse really doesn't look like a horse at all, it looks like something else, I'm okay with that too. It doesn't really bother me. When you make your ears, basic little triangle, and then scoop it. It's got a little scoop there. It'll just add a little bit more character to it. So I'm going to score it and slip it. Do I always have to score and slip? Yes, Miss Fiddlefinger, you have to score and slip. Yes. Especially when you've got clay that is leather hard, and your whistles are leather hard right now. And you're applying plastic clay. So you really got to score and slip well. This is not looking like a horse. But like I said, I don't care. I'm fine with that. All right. Now for the horn, because it's a unicorn. It's not a horse anyway. It's a snake and unicorn. Huh. What now? All right. No thinner than your pinky, no thicker than your thumb. That's the rule of thumb. If you make it really thin, it will break off. So I need to make that fairly thick. I can make it a little bit thinner, but this is a functional whistle. You're going to be using this whistle. So if you make stuff really small on it, when you're picking it up and blowing the whistle, you will break it. So I won't fire anything that's really thin. Score it and slip it. You could also do some incising on that if you wanted to. Make kind of a swirl go around. That'd be kind of cool. Alright, my next distinguishing characteristic is the nostrils up here. So to do those nostrils, I'm going to make 2 round pieces of clay. And this part is going to be tricky because I cannot mess with that hole there, so I have to be careful. So I'm going to squirt and slip it. Score those just a little bit. And then attach those. And I'm going to smooth them in a little bit on the back side. Smooth it in a little bit on the back side. And then a horse has nostrils in the front that flare up. So I'm going to take my tool. A pencil might be good for this too. You'll have to just decide how big you want this negative space here. And then I'm going to cup that so it looks like a nay-nay. Okay. You could also put a mane on it if you wanted to. Just make a flat, roll out a coil, and then make it flat. Tap it, and then score and slip it on like that. Alright, I can still get my mouth on there, I can still blow it, so we're good. Alright, I'm going to move on. I'll come back later and score and slip that.